Welcome everybody for a 75-minute power yoga practice on a beautiful Monday night. I hope you're having a good start to your week. We will get started in just a moment, so set yourself up with your mat, maybe a couple of blocks, any props that you might need. Just adjust the camera a little bit. Great. Perfect. Tonight we will start our practice with an intention card from the Living Peace deck. And I encourage you through this practice to set a personal intention, a collective intention, something for the greater good, and even a dedication for your practice. So somewhere or something that you would like to dedicate your practice to. And as always, the music that I would like to offer you is on Spotify. So you're welcome to follow me on Spotify, and you can use any of my playlists for your practice this evening. Let's see, an intention for our practice tonight. And also all of the classes that I'm recording, especially over the last month, many of them have been uploaded to YouTube. So please subscribe to me on YouTube or check out the videos, and you can share them with anybody that you like. They're all public and they're all free. Oh, it's one of my favorite words. The intention card for tonight says courage. To be courageous is to live by your own convictions with integrity, aligned to your values, and to be willing to defend those who cannot speak for themselves. And I love the word courage. If you've practiced with me before, you've probably heard me use this word. The word courage has the root word coeur, which in French means the heart. So it's really to act from your heart with maybe with bravery or taking risks and not worrying so much about the outcomes, but allowing yourself to do what you feel is right in the moment. So I'll place that card up here on my little tiny altar space. And you can think about that word as we move through the practice tonight. And find yourself, to start with, in a nice tall seat. You can sit up onto a block, or onto your mat, onto your shin bones, or onto your seat, whichever is best for you. Take a few moments to center, land here in your practice. We'll all come from different experiences throughout our day today. Maybe some of you have had to go into a workplace. Maybe you've been working from home. Maybe you're feeling isolated. So allow that to simmer down and find yourself here in this present moment. If you like, your palms can be face up. If you feel like you have energy to share or energy that you'd like to receive, maybe face down if you need a little bit more grounding. Also, it's nice even to put your hands right onto the floor. Imagine rooting down into the earth for an even deeper sense of grounding. And then wherever you are, take one of your hands and place it on your heart, getting connected to la coeur, the heart. Finding your own sense of courage, your own connection to courage. What does courage mean to you? And in the spirit of the intention of courage, we'll do lots of extra heart-opening postures tonight. And finding your intention, your personal intention, your collective intention, and maybe a dedication. Take a few deep breaths here, committing to focus your energy for the next 75 minutes or so right here on your mat into this practice, not letting yourself get carried away into the future or back into the past. Just stay here with yourself. The most effective method that I have found through my yoga practice over the years is to monitor the breath. So watch closely every inhalation, every exhalation. Especially in this power practice, you can bring in the Ujjayi breath, that slight constriction in the throat creates a humming or ocean-like sound. Follow that. Let that be your guide, and your anchor back into the moment. Together, we'll open our practice with one beautiful sound of Om. Take a deep inhale through your nose. Big sigh out your mouth. Exhale. Inhale for Om. Another breath in, and a full breath out, letting that vibration resonate through your body, radiate from your heart. Beautiful, everybody. Let's make our way down onto our back. As you're ready, open your eyes, lay down onto your back. We'll start with thread the needle. So cross your right ankle over your left thigh, hug your left knee in toward your chest, but slightly out toward the left shoulder. You can hug behind your left thigh or in front of your shin bone. Actively use your outer right hip to push your right knee away and give your hips a good stretch. A deep breath in as you're here, and a deep breath out. Inhale. And exhale. And fingertips beside your ears, elbows out wide. Now keeping the shape of your legs, extend your left leg to straight, but let your heel hover. Lift your head and shoulders up. Draw the belly button in, keep the elbows out wide. Inhale here. Exhale, lift everything up. Squeeze your knees in toward your chest, chin toward your shin. Inhale to extend, lower back down. Exhale, squeeze it in, lift your hips. Inhale to extend. Exhale, bring it in, lift your hips, lift your shoulders. Inhale, lower. Let's do 7 more. Exhale. And lower. And 6. Lift everything higher in the center. And 5. And 4. And 3. And 2. And 1, and release. Give yourself a big stretch. And then bring your knees back into your chest, a little squeeze, and left ankle on top of right thigh. Supine pigeon, draw your right knee toward your chest and a little bit out to the right shoulder. Hug behind your thigh if you need, or in front of your shin bone. Let your left foot come a little bit more to the right. Keep your feet active, both feet active. Actively press your left knee away using your outer right hip. Give your hip a nice stretch. If you've been sitting a lot today, this feels really good, I'm sure. And then we'll bring our hands beside our ears. Extend your legs, your right leg out. So you're making a 4 shape with your legs. Your right heel is hovering. Keep it active. Draw the belly in. Lift your head and shoulders up. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, bring your knees in toward your chest, chin toward your shin. Lift your head and shoulders. Inhale to lower. Move with the breath. Exhale, bring it up. 8 more. Exhale. Feel free to blow out your mouth. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. Release. Give yourself a nice stretch. Extend your legs and arms up toward the ceiling. This is definitely one of my favorite abdominal workouts. Bring your palms together to touch. Lower your right leg to the floor. Take an inhale as you lift up. Exhale to the outside of your left leg. Reach with your palms. Lift both shoulders up. Inhale. Extend your arms back behind you. Try to hover your palms. Exhale to the center. Belly in. Reach forward. Keep your legs active. Now as you inhale, switch your legs. Right leg lifts. Left leg lowers. Exhale to the outside of the right. Lift your shoulders, belly in. Inhale to lower, hover your arms. Exhale, center. And let's keep going. Inhale, switch and lower. Exhale, lift it up. Inhale, lower. And center. Switch. Outside to the right. Inhale. Exhale, center. Switch. Exhale, left. Inhale, lower. Exhale, center. Inhale, switch. And right. And center, and switch. Left, and center, and switch. Right, center, and switch. 1 more each side. Your core will be nice and warmed up, ready for the practice. And extend. Give yourself a big stretch. Now we'll start to rock and roll ourselves forward and back, forward and back. And see if you can take yourself through a little mini vinyasa. So you'll rock over your ankles, plant your hands down, step back to downward dog, hop back if you like. Inhale, ripple forward, high plank. You can lower halfway or all the way. Take a back bend to either Cobra, Bhujangasana. If you're ready for it, lift your chest and thighs up, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. And make your way back to downward dog. Add in that extra chaturanga if you like. All the way back, Adho Mukha Svanasana. And here we'll stay for 5 deep breaths. Inhale through your nose. Exhale out your mouth. And now close your lips, Ujjayi breath. Three more. The last one, inhale. Exhale. Now come onto your toes, bend your knees a lot, look to the top of your mat, walk, step or hop. Halfway lift, inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Bend your knees, rise up, Urdhva Hastasana, palms touch, look up, a little back bend. Hands to heart center, Samastitihi. Hopefully you're feeling a little warm. Let's move through Surya Namaskar A. Inhale, arch back. Exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana, look forward. Plant your palms, walk, step or hop back, high plank to low plank, maybe right to chaturanga. Take your back bend, Cobra, upward dog, lift your heart. Come back to high plank, either right to downward dog or one chaturanga push up here. Push the earth away. Exhale, downward facing dog, 2 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Ujjayi breath in. Ujjayi breath out. Come high on your toes, bend your knees, look forward. Walk, step or hop. Ardha Uttanasana. Halfway. Exhale, Uttanasana. All the way. Inhale all the way up, Urdhva Hastasana, arch back. One more time, exhale, fold forward. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, look forward. Exhale, plant your palms, chaturanga, walk, step or hop back. Take your back bend, Cobra, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, thighs up, chest lifts, arms straight. High plank, maybe downward dog or chaturanga. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog, 2 breaths. Ujjayi breath in and out. Spread your fingertips wide in and out. Come high on your toes, bend your knees, look forward. Make your way forward. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, release. Inhale, rise all the way up, arch back, stay standing, hands to heart center, Samastitihi. Some variations of Surya Namaskar B, and just know you can always modify these sequences. You can take child pose or tabletop anytime you like, or skip the vinyasas. Sit your hips low into the chair, sweep your fingertips back behind you, and get your hips so low that you feel like you might fall back. And then scoop your tailbone toward your heels, draw the belly in, lift your chest, Utkatasana, chair pose. We have a few breaths here, so don't worry about sinking down deeper. Get there right away. Lift your arms up in line with your ears. Draw the mid-belly in, draw the lower belly in. See if you can draw your kneecaps back. Put the weight down into your heels. Toes are just hovering, just lightly touching the mat. Take one more breath. Inhale, squeeze your inner thighs. Go deeper, exhale, find courage and strength. Inhale, lift your heart. As you exhale, lift your hips and fold, Uttanasana. Ardha Uttanasana, halfway, flat back, straight limbs. Plant your palms as you exhale, hop or step back to chaturanga. Take your back bend, so lift the heart. Heart forward and up, big breath in. Roll over the toes, downward dog or extra chaturanga, deep breath as you exhale all the way back. Inhale your right leg up to the sky. Start to stack your right hip open over your left. Lift your knee high as you bend your knee. Kick your heel toward the left side, but square your right shoulder down. Take one more inhale breath. Lift your knee higher. As you exhale, right knee to right upper arm. Pause here and hold. Inhale, leg comes back up. Open your hip. Bend your knee, drop your foot to the left, square your right shoulder down. One more inhale, lift higher. As you exhale, cross to the left side. Stay here or extend your right leg through. Reach your left arm up, fallen triangle. Press down into your right hand, lift your hips higher, maybe hover your right leg, maybe pulse it for 3, 2, 1. Left hand comes down to the mat, reach your right leg back and up. This time as you exhale, knee to the chest. Keep coming forward, rock high in the back toes, look forward. Step your right foot inside of your right thumb. Spin your back heel down. Your heels are hip distance apart. Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. Outer right hip pulling back. Left thigh pushing forward and down. Bend that front knee and reach courageously up to the sky as you bend deeply into that right knee. Take one more inhale breath here. As you exhale, plant your palms down. Step your left foot further back. You're high in the toes. Right leg hovers as you exhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Take your back bend. Make your way back to downward dog. Extra chaturanga if you like. Deep inhale. And a long exhale. One more inhale. Ujjayi breath. Exhale. Now left leg lift to the sky. Big breath in. As you exhale, left knee, left upper arm. Pause and hold. Try to tap it. Inhale, lift back up. I forgot to stack the hip. Let's stack that hip, open the knee. Bend your knee, drop your foot toward the right side. Big breath in. As you exhale, bring your left knee to your right upper arm. Pause here and hold. Or extend that left leg through. Maybe hover the leg, lift your right arm up, fallen triangle. For 3, 2, 1. Right hand back. We'll stack that hip again. Bend the knee, open it up. And now as you exhale, bring your knee to your chest, round the spine. Look forward, step your left foot forward inside your left thumb. Outer left hip pulling back, right thigh pushing forward, bend deeply into your front knee. Lift your heart courageously away from the earth as you bend that left knee down. Deep breath in and a long breath out. Root through your feet. One more, reach up. As you exhale, plant your palms down, step your right toes back to lengthen the leg. Stay low as the left leg hovers, chaturanga. Find your back bend. Press into the tops of your feet for upward dog. Lift your chest. Make your way back, maybe chaturanga. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward dog. Take a deep breath in and a long breath out. And now step your big toes together, walk them just a little bit closer to your hands. Bend your knees out wide, sink your hips to your heels, and when you come back up, see if you can spring off of your feet and kick your bum with your heels. Bring the weight into your finger pads. Hips right over the shoulders. 3 or 4 hops. And then land your feet between your hands. Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. Exhale, Uttanasana, fold. Let's find chair pose, Utkatasana. Hips go down, arms come up. Bring your hands to your heart center as you lean forward. Lengthen the spine. So find that connection to your heart center. A little cobra here. Exhale, twist to the right side. Left elbow outside your right knee. Pulling your left hip and left knee back. Feel free to stay here, sitting the hips lower. Try to stack your hands, top finger pads pressing into the bottom finger pads, and then open the center of your hands up. Look over your right shoulder, maybe open your wings if you like. Left arm down, right arm up. Deepen the twist. One more inhale, reach up and twist. Exhale, lift your hips and fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale to release. And sit back into the chair, hips down, arms up. Bring your hands to your heart center, lean forward a lot. And as you exhale, twist to the left, right elbow outside the left knee. Pull your hips and knees in alignment. Top finger pads pressing into the bottom finger pads and open up the hands. Look over your left shoulder, scoop your right hip and right knee back. Feel free to stay here or right fingertips down, left arm up. Take a deep inhale. And a long exhale. One more inhale and exhale. Inhale as you unwind back through center, halfway lift, realign. Exhale to fold. Inhale, halfway again. This time as you exhale, plant your palms, chaturanga. Take your back bend all the way up with the heart. Shoulders back, maybe look up. Make your way back. Downward facing dog. Deep inhale. And a long exhale. The right leg lifts again. Let's stack that hip, bend the knee. I'll try not to forget this on the other side. Take a big open lift of that knee, but scoop your right shoulder down. Deep inhale. Exhale. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale, right knee to left, to right upper arm. Pause here, or chaturanga. Bend the elbows. Maybe extend your legs and maybe lean forward enough to find Kundanyasana B. Float those toes. Inhale all the way back. Bring your right knee to your left upper arm. Pause here, or extend the leg through. Lift your left arm up, or maybe grab your right foot with your left hand and pull your gaze underneath your arm. We were doing this on Saturday. Open up your chest. Inhale, lift that right leg back up. As you exhale, step your right foot through. Again, inside of your right thumb, back heel spins down again, warrior one. Bend deeply into that right knee. Lift your arms up to the sky. Take an inhale breath to lengthen, open your chest. As you exhale, hands to the lower back, interlace your palms. Lengthen your knuckles down, lift your chest, inhale. As you exhale, bow forward, over your front thigh, and let your arms lift up and over your head. Take a deep breath in, bow deeply, deep breath out. Outer right hip pulling back, work the crown toward the floor. One more breath, inhale, and exhale. Squeeze your hands, pull yourself back up. Open it up with your stance, warrior two. Virabhadrasana 2, front heel to back arch alignment. Extend through your fingers, deepen into your front knee. Keep extending through the fingers, wiggle your front toes more forward. Get that front thigh parallel. Track your knees slightly outward so you can see your right big toe, and make sure that your head and heart are in the same alignment as your hips, so there's no leaning forward or back. Take 2 more deep breaths here. Gaze down your front hand. Very courageous stance here. Open heart, reaching forward and back. Deep breath in, and a long breath out. Viparita, flip it up. Right palm, left hand down. Inhale to extend up to the sky. As you exhale, capture your head with your hand. Turn your heart open and bend deeply into that right knee. Still tracking outward. Stay here, or left hand travels behind. Maybe to the right thigh, or maybe you find your fingers behind your heart. Deep breathing. Inhale and exhale. Unwind yourself back to warrior two. On your inhale breath, peel your back heel off the mat, high crescent lunge. As you exhale, twist to your right side. Look to your right thumb as you pull your right hip back. Inhale, rock that back heel forward, back to center. Exhale, give yourself a twist. Back through center, inhale, last time. Same side, exhale, twist. Stay here, or maybe lower your right hand to the back of your left thigh. Arch your left arm up and over. Deep inhale. And a long exhale. One more breath, inhale. Exhale, now keep the legs. Inhale back through center. Vinyasa, as you plant your hands down, right leg floats, stay low, hover. Take your back bend. Downward facing dog. Deep breath in, and a long breath out. And now inhale, lift that left leg, I won't forget. Stack your hip, bend your knee, drop your foot to the right. Couple of deep breaths, your left shoulder pushing down, left knee lifting up, so big hip opening here. Deep inhale, press into your hands. Long exhale. One more. Inhale. Stay for your exhale. On your next inhale breath, straighten your leg. Bring your left knee to your left upper arm. Pause here, or chaturanga arms. Extend your left leg. Maybe lean forward. Right toes float. Kundanyasana B. Inhale, bring it back up. And cross your left knee to your right upper arm. Stay. Or thread that left leg through. Reach your right arm up. Fall in triangle. Or lift that left leg. Capture the outside edge of your foot. Look underneath your right arm. As you pull that leg, that foot to the top left corner. Deep breath in. Long breath out. Inhale, bring it back up. Exhale, knee to chest. Come forward, look forward. Step through lightly. Back heel spins down, Virabhadrasana 1 again. Outer left hip pulling back, right thigh forward, arms reach to the sky. Deep inhale and long exhale. And now hands come to the lower back. Find your opposite grip. Lengthen your knuckles down, lift your chest. A beautiful way to shine the heart upward. As you exhale, bow forward over your front thigh, Baddha Virabhadrasana. Let the hands come up and over your head. Maybe your shoulder slides down the inside of your left leg. Pull your outer left hip back, crown down, chin to chest. One more deep inhale. Stay for your exhale. And now root through your feet. Inhale, rise all the way up. As you exhale, open up your stance, Virabhadrasana 2. Extending your arms in opposite directions. Keep that back leg active, nice straight leg. Outer edge of your right foot rooting down so you can wiggle your left toes more forward. Find more space for your left thigh to become parallel. And as always, head and heart aligned, right over top of your hips. Extending in opposite directions, a couple more deep breaths here. Gaze powerfully down your front fingertips. Deep inhale and a long exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Viparita. Flip your left palm up. Lower your right hand down. Inhale. Reach up and take it back. Feel free to stay here. Capture your head in your hand. Maybe your right hand travels to the left thigh, or maybe you find a bind behind your heart. Open up your chest. Turn your heart to the sky. Imagine turning up the volume of your heart. Find that courage. Deep breath in and a long breath out. Bend deeply. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Back to warrior 2 we go. Deep breath in. Land here. Now hug your inner thighs. Inhale. Back heel peels off the mat. High crescent lunge. Take a breath in. Strengthen your back leg. Rock your heel forward. One more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, twist to the left. Look to your back thumb. Pull your outer left hip back. Inhale, back through center. Reach up. Exhale, give yourself a beautiful twist to the left. One more. Inhale. Exhale, twist. Feel free to stay or lower your left hand to the back of your right thigh. Right arm reaching up and back. Beautiful revolved high crescent lunge twist. Deep breath in and a long breath out. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, hands come back through center. Plant your palms down. Take your vinyasa. Making your way back to Adho Mukha Svanasana. Deep breath in and a long breath out. Step your big toes together to touch. Ripple forward, high plank pose. Bring your right hand forward. Roll to the outer blade of your right foot. Feel free to step that left foot in front for a little kickstand or lower your bottom knee. Lift your hips up and reach your top arm to the sky. Welcome to lift up your top leg if you like. Keep your feet active like you're pressing them against a wall. Maybe reach your top arm over your head. If you have your leg lifted, you can take tree pose or a star shape, or maybe Padangustasana. Deep breath in, lift your hips higher. Deep breath out. Strong arm, one more. Press into your right hand, lift your chest. And as you exhale, return back to high plank. Left hand comes center, roll to the outer blade of your left foot. Lift your top arm up to the sky. Lift your hips higher. Maybe you reach your top arm over your ear. Maybe you lift your right leg. You can always take that kickstand if you need. Maybe you find tree pose. Try to keep your foot active, especially your bottom foot. Maybe Padangustasana grip. Try to roll the base of your left foot to the mat if you're going for a lifted leg. Deep breath in and a long breath out. One more. Inhale. Strong left hand. Push it down. Bring yourself back to center. Separate your feet. Rock forward. Inhale. Chaturanga. Take your cobra, upward dog. Back to downward dog. Deep inhale. And a long exhale. On your next inhale, come high in your toes. Bend your knees. Hop your feet between your hands, but stay high in your toes. Deep breath in, straighten your legs. And deep breath out, bow in. Stay high on your toes. Heels lifted. Press your hands underneath your shoulders. Bend your elbows back. Take your knees wide to your upper arms. Round the back. Scoop the belly in. Lean forward. Weight into your finger pads. Keep leaning forward. Maybe you float one or both feet off the mat. Finding your crow pose or crane pose. Trying to straighten your arms as you round the upper back. Try to gaze forward more. Hold here wherever you are. For 3. Be courageous. Get back in it if you fall. 2, 1, and you can shoot back or step back. Take one more vinyasa from here. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, right leg lifts to the sky. Big breath in. Right knee to right upper arm. Take a variation if you like. Kundanyasana or Chaturanga arms. Inhale, right leg back. Right leg left upper arm. Feel free to take a variation if you want. Bend your elbows. Extend your right leg out. Maybe lean forward. Float your left leg. Kundanyasana A. Inhale, sweep it back up. Bring your knee to your chest. Keep coming forward. This time we'll step all the way through for Warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2. Open it up. Deep inhale and a long exhale. And now inhale your front leg to straight, palms reach up. Exhale, deepen back into it. Couple more times. Feels good to release the hips, reach up. Exhale, back. One more time. Inhale and exhale. Now keep your arms where they are. Straighten just your front leg. Heel toe your back foot in just a little bit. Shorter stance. Hinge forward as you inhale. Find Trikonasana, triangle pose. Now you're welcome to stay here. If you want, you can try for the big toe lock. Wrapping your peace fingers again around the inside of your big toe. Pull up on your toe as you push down at the same time and lift your chest. Stay here or sweep your top arm up and over your ear. Look underneath your arm, that same idea. Turning the gaze, deep breath in and a long breath out. One more, inhale, exhale. Left hand to your left hip, look forward. Bring a block with you if you like to come underneath your shoulder as you step onto your right leg and lift your left leg parallel to the floor. Keep your foot active so this helps you to find your balance. Pressing down through the inside edge of your standing foot. Press out through your toes and your heel of your lifted leg. One more breath. Maybe reach your left arm up, maybe look up. Feel free to stay here, continue here, or soften your right knee. Feel free to use your block to support you. Bend your left knee until you can kick your foot into your hand. And then start to open it up. Feel free to keep that right knee as bent as you need. Finding your access into Shavasana with standing, balancing back bend. Deep inhale, very good for the heart. Open up the chest. Deep breath out. One more, inhale and exhale. Beautiful. Now release both hands to the mat. Bend your right knee a lot. Pull your right hip back using your thumb and your hip crease. Level your left thigh down. Start to lift your chest. Be courageous. Bring your hands to your heart. Variation of Virabhadrasana 3. Inner left thigh pulling up. Outer left thigh pushing down. Press out through your heel. Deep breath in and a long breath out. And now slowly bring your knee into your chest. Come all the way up to standing. Hug your knee into your chest. You're welcome to stay here. If you have that big toe lock, Padangustasana, go for it. Reach your right arm up to the sky. I'm going to move back a little bit. I might be cutting myself off on my phone here. Extend your left leg forward the best you can. Take an inhale here. Exhale, open it up. Utthita Hasta Padangustasana. Take a look over your right shoulder. Hug your outer left thigh underneath toward the inner right thigh. Deep breath in and a long breath out. One more inhale and exhale. Now bring it back through center. Don't quit yet. Start to turn and twist, this time to the left. Maybe you keep your hand on your outer knee. Maybe you reach down for the outer foot and kick your foot into your hand. Left arm goes up to the ceiling, outer left hip pulling underneath you again. Maybe you reach back. Parita Utthita Hasta Padangustasana, revolved hand to big toe pose. Deep breath in and a long breath out. And now come back through center. Have courage. Stay with it. Inhale. Exhale all the way back. I'm standing on a little extra padding here. All the way back. Warrior 3 again. And then step to the long edge of the mat. Open it up. I'll turn to the side. Deep inhale. And a long exhale. Bring your hands to your lower back again. Interlace your palms. Knuckles go down. Chest lifts up. Feet are parallel or slightly pigeon-toed as you bow. Prasarita Padottanasana. Deep inhale. Long exhale. Nod your head yes and no. Release the crown of your head down. Try to squeeze your hands tight together. One more breath. And now release your hands underneath you. Soften your right knee. Bring your right shoulder underneath your right thigh. Wrap your right hand to the outer right hip. Take your left hand behind. Maybe you can find fingers, a strap if you need. And then straighten out your right leg as you twist and look up. A beautiful variation of this forward fold to get an inversion and twist at the same time. Try to straighten both legs if you can, especially your right leg. And deep breath in and a long breath out. And one more inhale and exhale. Release that. Come halfway up. Look forward. Soften your left knee. Left shoulder underneath your left thigh. Bring the hand to your hip. Maybe use a strap. Right hand and left hand connect. Maybe you can wrap your wrist or your fingers. Try to straighten that left leg as you look up over your right shoulder. Deep breath in and deep breath out. And deep breath in and deep breath out. Release both hands. Come halfway up. And then we'll turn ourselves to the front of the mat. Lower your left knee down to the mat and take an inhale. Slide it as far back as you can. And then reach your arms up to the sky, Anjaneyasana. And here we'll open our heart. Tip your elbows forward, fingertips back, finding a beautiful lift of the center of your heart up to the sky. You're welcome to stay here. You can even untuck your back toes if it feels stable enough. Hug your inner thighs toward each other. Maybe palms touch, index finger pointing back, Shiva Mudra, and start to arch back. Maybe head goes all the way back. We keep bending into that front knee, hugging your inner thighs. Take a deep breath in, a long breath out. One more inhale and exhale. Inhale, come all the way up. Palms come down to the mat. Take an inhale to lengthen. As you exhale, straighten that front leg. Ardha Hanumanasana, half splits pose. You're welcome to stay here. Lengthen your chest, reach your heart forward, and then bow over that front leg. Trying to keep your left hip over your knee. Feel free to stay or walk your right heel more forward, left knee more back. Working into a deeper variation, Hanumanasana. Outer right hip pulling back, left thigh pushing forward. Take an inhale to lengthen your heart. Exhale to bow in. your Ujjayi breath. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale. And walking your hands back under your shoulders. Slide your back knee forward. Toes are tucked. We'll work our way back into 3-legged dog with the option to flip over into a heart opener. So it will be Wild Thing or Urdhva Dhanurasana. On your inhale breath, lift your back knee, sweep your right leg up. Again, stack your hip, bend your knee, drop your foot to the left. De-weight your right hand, turn your left fingertips out just a little bit. And as you start to flip over, either you stay high on your right toes, keep your right heel lifted, outer edge of your left foot pressing down, or stamp both your feet down to the mat, hip distance apart, and start to turn your chest so upward that your right hand starts to reach to the earth below you. You find Urdhva Dhanurasana. Hold here for 3, 2, and on 1, press into your left hand. Flip yourself all the way back around, 3-legged dog, and take a vinyasa any way that you like, making your way all the way back. Downward facing dog. It takes a lot of courage to break out of these habits that we have, these samskaras, these patterns. I can't do this. That's too hard for me. So give yourself permission to try. And if you aren't ready for it, then give yourself permission to accept yourself as you are. That takes a lot of courage too. Deep inhale. Sigh out your mouth. Exhale. Inhale, left leg lifts to the sky. As you exhale, left knee, left upper arm, pause here and hold, or go for Kundanyasana, or any variation. Inhale, sweep it back up. Exhale, twist to the right, and this time fall in triangle, or lean forward a lot. Hook that knee over the elbow. Try to float your right leg up. Kundanyasana 8. Inhale all the way back up. Knee to chest. And keep coming forward, look forward. Step through in the center. Back heel spins down, warrior 2. Adjust your pants if you need. Deep breath in and a long breath out. 1 more. Inhale. Get right into it. Exhale. Now on your inhale, release that hip, palms touch. Straighten your leg. Exhale, deepen. Couple more. Inhale, look up if you like. Listen to your breath. Exhale. Last time. Inhale. And exhale. Now keep your arms lengthened. Inhale your front leg to straight. Heel toe your back foot in a couple of steps to shorten your stance for Trikonasana, especially maybe in this variation, an even shorter stance. So you have the space to maybe grab that big toe. You can always soften your knee to get it. Finding that Padangusthasana grip. Top arm reaching over your head to start. Stay here. Inner right thigh rolling open. Outer left thigh tucking underneath you. And then maybe sweep that top arm over your ear, getting that beautiful side body stretch and internal shoulder rotation. You spin the pinky down. Deep inhale. Keep pulling up on your big toe, so straighten the arm. Deep breath out. 1 more. Inhale. And exhale. Now looking down to the mat. Right hand to your right hip. Step off of your back toes. Use that block underneath your shoulders. So directly to the left of your front toes, slightly forward. Pressing out through your right heel. Stay, or maybe lift your right arm up. And if you can, go for Chapasana. Even if you've never done it before, soften your left knee as much as you need to even scoop that knee toward your chest so you can get the outside edge of your right foot. And then start to swing it back as you kick and open the heart. The beautiful variation of this posture. It's accessible if you bend your knees a lot. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Maybe you kick enough that you float your left hand. Breathe in and out. Awesome. Soften your left knee. Bring both hands to the mat. Find your standing L-shaped pose. And square your hip. Plug your left hip crease with your thumb. Keep your right leg active. And now lift your chest. Start to bring your hands to your heart. Variation of Warrior 3. It takes a lot of courage to let go of that earth below us. Soften your left knee. Bring your right knee in to meet it. And stand all the way up. You've got this, and I'm here with you. Bring your right knee in toward your chest. Left hand to your left hip to start. Stay, or Padangusthasana grip. Left arm reaches up. Even if you don't have this grip, you can still try extending the leg. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, open up your right leg to the right, left arm to the left. Try to scoop your outer right hip under, pull it toward your left heel. And then maybe you can look over your left shoulder. Hug toward the center line. Strong foundation. Open your heart. Spread it open. Breath in and out. Now come back through center. Stay with me. Right knee bends. Exhale, twist to the right. You can keep your right hand on your hip. You can keep your hand on your knee or reach for the outer edge of your foot and then keep your foot forward. Keep rolling the outer right hip underneath you. Reach your right arm back and maybe start to look back. It's okay if you fall out. We learn how to do these poses by learning to stay in the pose, and we learn to stay in by learning how to fall out. So you have to take the whole cycle. Inhale and exhale. Stay with it. Don't give up. I feel you. My calf is burning too. Deep breath in. Warrior 3. Come forward. Be active. Press out through that back heel. Reach your fingertips forward. One more breath. And then step all the way back. And open it up again to the long edge of your mat. Ooh, take an inhale. You're here. And exhale. And now, find the opposite grip of your hand. So I'm not sure which grip you took when we did this on the last set. Probably did it without thinking about it. So do that, and then switch up your grip with your opposite thumb on top. Lift your heart even more. Press the center of your heart up as you draw the knuckles down. Deep inhale. Your elbows can be bent as needed. And now as you exhale, fold forward. Prasarita Padottanasana variation. Crown of the head coming down. If you bring your chin in toward the chest, you'll notice there's more space for your arms to come up and over your head. So create that space by hugging the chin in towards you. Let the crown of your head come down. Let the hips lift up. More weight into the toes. Deep inhale. Nice long exhale. And now come halfway up. Lift your chest. So some options here. You're welcome to come into Skandasana. It's a lunge side to side. Feels really nice for the hips, and you can do a few in each direction. If you want to come into Shirshasana A, the tripod headstand, you're welcome to. Or you can join me for Samokhanasana, wide-legged splits. So let the legs come up as far apart as you can. Maybe tip your toes up as the heels press out. Maybe you can make it down onto your forearms. Or any other variation of this wide-legged stance that you like. It can be any kind of fold here. We'll take 5 deep breaths wherever you are. If you're going for Shirshasana, slowly piking the legs up. Stay for a few breaths, and as you're ready to come down, let the heels touch down before the toes if you can. If you're here with me, try to lengthen your chest forward. Press out through those heels. Let the inner thighs relax the best you can. Last couple of breaths. And slowly we'll make our way out. You might need to heel toe your feet in. Bring your palms underneath your shoulders. Halfway lift, everybody. And then turning to the front of the mat and lowering your right knee down and slide it as far back as you can. Anjaneyasana. And let's lift the heart, tipping the elbows forward, fingertips back. Finding a beautiful heart opening. I like to think as if I'm being pressed up from behind the heart and leaning up and over somebody's supportive hand. Bend deeply into that left knee and make sure that your right knee is as far back as you can get it. Stay here, maybe tilting the head back. Or Shiva Mudra, interlace the palms, index finger pointing back and start to arch back. Keep hugging the hips forward and down and let the upper body lift up and over. Drop the head right back if you like. Hold here for 3, for 2, and 1. Come all the way up. Hands come down to the mat. Take an inhale, lengthen your chest. Exhale, pull your left leg to straighten. Make sure that your right hip is over top of your right knee. Ardha Hanumanasana. Inhale, lengthen your chest forward and up. Exhale to bow in. Take a breath in and take a breath out. Feel free to stay or work into your variation of Hanumanasana, full splits pose. Left hip pulling back, right thigh forward. Inhale to lengthen over your thigh. If you like, from either variation, bow in. Focus on your breath, stay present. It's a good time to really appreciate exactly who you are and where you are. This feeling of santosha or contentment, with no judgment and no criticism, deep gratitude. Last 2 breaths. As you're ready, slowly walk your hands under your shoulders. Slide your right knee forward until you can tuck your toes and plant your left foot down. Palms under your shoulders again for this opportunity to flip over. Really, truly open the heart. Even if you didn't do it on the other side, try to join me on this side. It's okay if you do a pose on one side and not the other. Sometimes you feel more confident, especially on this side, the right hand will be the support. It's definitely better for me. Lift your right knee up. Plant down into your hands, 3-legged dog. And start to stack that hip. Bend your knee, just like we started with. Let the foot drop behind you. And stay here. Or tend to your left fingertips and try it with me if you can. Turn your right fingertips out. In super slow motion, let that left foot drop behind you. Stay high on your toes. Lift your heel, left arm reaching behind. Or bend both of your knees. Bring your feet hip distance in parallel. Keep turning your right fingertips all the way around as you reach your left hand for the mat. It may not reach today, but you can get the beginning of this shape for Urdhva Dhanurasana. One more deep inhale. Press into your right hand. Lift your chest and hips. Exhale. And now press down from either variation. Flip yourself all the way back around. 3-legged dog. And take a vinyasa. All the way back, downward facing dog. Deep breath in and a long breath out. And now look forward to the top of your mat. We will hop through to a squat. So feet on the outside of your hands. Coming down into a little squat. Elbows inside the inner thighs or the knees. Palms together, pressing down, lifting your heart. And find that heart opener here, that back bend. You're welcome to stay right here if you like, or we'll work towards Titibhasana, firefly pose. So from here, fingertips come down to the mat. Lift your hips enough to make your feet parallel, so you can just turn your heels straight back behind your toes, but still nice wide stance. Slide your right shoulder under your right thigh. Right hand behind your right foot. You can use a block if you like. Maybe even wiggle the fingertips just to brush the very outside of the right foot. Left shoulder underneath the left thigh. Fingertips just to the outside of the left heel. And now you want to find that chaturanga elbow, so bend your elbows. Lean back with your hips, but forward with your chest. So there's a heart opening component to this posture. And then from here, maybe you can lift the heels up and cross your ankles. Bhuja Pindasana. Hug the elbows inward. Hug your knees toward each other. Deep breath in. Or release your toes and maybe one leg at a time. Try to straighten your legs. And it's okay if you fall back onto your bum. It's not very high off the ground. Lean forward, chest forward. Point your toes. Hold here for 3, 2, 1. And if you can make it back through crow pose, or even if you have to adjust yourself, you can bring your hands forward, bend your knees, bring your knees to your upper arms. Find your crow for 3, 2, 1, and take your vinyasa. Beautiful work, everybody. Beautiful transitions. It's okay if it doesn't always look pretty. I'm still working on that myself. Inhale and exhale. Deep breath in and a long breath out. Then one more pose from that squatting position. Hop through to a little squat. All right. So from here, we'll work into a variation of bird of paradise pose. It's just that the transition might be a little different than what you're used to, but we'll do it from this squatting position. But first we'll start with a little twist. So lift your hips up, slide your right shoulder underneath your right thigh, right hand to your bum. You can have the palm facing out. Left hand comes behind. Feel free to use a strap if you need. We've already done this pose, but in a folded position, a wide-legged folded position. You can keep your right knee a little bent, but straighten your left leg and look up over your left shoulder. Try to straighten your right leg the best you can. Maybe you can make both legs straight. Deep breath in. We've been in this position before, looking up. Deep breath out. And let's release. Try the other side. So left arm comes underneath your left thigh. Bend your knees a lot to get started here. Back of your hand touching your outer left hip. Right hand comes behind. Maybe you can find a bind. It's okay if you need to use a strap. Straighten your right leg. Bend your left knee to start. And then over time, maybe you can straighten both legs, looking up over your right shoulder. Taking a few deep breaths. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Now release. Come back down into Malasana. Take a few deep breaths here. If it feels good, you can put the back of the hands toward each other. Give yourself a nice wrist stretch. Now working into Bird of Paradise pose. Don't worry if you lose the grip of the bind. You can always still stand up and still look beautiful in the posture with or without the bind. So be courageous here. You don't have to be perfect. It takes a lot of courage to try things knowing that maybe you're not where you think you should be. And that's having self-acceptance. Really, Santosha, one of the main tenets of yoga, that this is a practice. So come back into that high squat. And the wide feet, wider than your hips. Get your right arm underneath your right thigh. Try to find that bind. It's okay if you don't have it or if you need to use some kind of strap or a sock. Wiggle your left foot more to the center. Come high on your right toe. Lift your right heel. And slowly start to stand up. Take your gaze with you as you rise up. And you really have to press that left foot down in order to stand up. Be courageous. It's okay if you lose the bind and you just have to haul your right leg up with you. Stand up tall. Root through your standing foot. Be proud. Open your chest. Maybe extend your right leg. Hold here as long as you can for the next 3, 2, 1. Come all the way back down. Release yourself back into Malasana. Feels so good. Rotate your wrists, maybe back of your hands down on the mat. Be really proud of yourself, whatever it is that you accomplished just now, even if it was just trying for a little bit. And all of these poses are lifelong, lifetimes long. There's really no end. So worry about enjoying the process rather than the final outcome. Okay, here we go. Other side, back into that wide-legged squat. Left arm underneath the left thigh, back of your left hand on your hip. Right arm comes behind. Maybe you can find a bind with your hands. Maybe you need a strap. Bring your right foot more to the center. Lift your left heel up and root firmly through that right foot. Drive it into the mat as you stand up. So we have to root down to rise up. You hear that a lot in yoga. That's what they're talking about. Those old yogis. Root down to rise up. I don't know if they said that or somebody more modern, but we've got the idea. Here we are. Stand tall, stand proud, open your heart. And then extend your leg. Heart wide open. Hold here for 3, 4, 2, and 1. All the way back down. Back into your squat. Now, if you're somebody that loves the crow pose and you just need to have one more, you're welcome to go for it. Otherwise, plant your hands, bring your big toes together to touch, either from crow pose or not. We'll make our way through for a vinyasa, so you can hop right back to chaturanga and take yourself through. And we'll meet in Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward dog. I wish I could see all of the practicing going on at home, but I can just imagine the feeling of standing so proud and trying your best. Deep inhale and a long exhale. Now look forward. We're going to hop through to our seat with straight legs. If you've never tried it before, you can take a look at me, then pause your video. Try it again. Look forward and land on your bum. I guess you can't pause the video when it's live, but you can practice it later. And let's relax the heart with a restorative forward fold. So feel free to sit onto a block if you like. Roll the flesh around your seat from side to side. Paschimottanasana. Sit up tall. Lengthen your heart up. Open up the size of your heart. Lift from the center. Lift from front and back, left and right. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold over your thighs. Take an inhale to lengthen. Hold anywhere you can, and then fold deeply. Let the whole back line of your body soften. One of the things that happens in our yoga practice as we stay more and more present to this moment is we release more and more from our past. And that is represented here by the back line of the body. So as you're here softening forward, what can you release yourself from? It takes courage because we get used to carrying and holding and gripping and taking with us so much from our past that we don't know what it feels like to let it go. So give yourself a little encouragement to let go. On your next breath or two, slowly start to roll yourself all the way up. Bend your knees, bring your feet to the top edge of your mat, and then slowly roll down onto your back. Hug your knees into your chest just as we started Uttanasana. And we'll take a couple of back bends here. So walk your feet underneath your knees, hip distance apart. And of course, these back bends are heart openers. So our last chance here for heart opening. Feel free to bring your palms beside your ears, elbows pointing up, and lift all the way up for Urdhva Dhanurasana if you're ready. Otherwise, we'll start with a little bridge pose. Fingertips grazing the heels, arms beside your body, scoop your shoulders toward each other. Press down into your feet and lift your hips. And from here, you can interlace your hands under your lower back. If you're going for Urdhva Dhanurasana, try to hold for a few breaths. If you need something more restorative than this, you can always lower your hips and put a block under your sacrum for a supported bridge. See if you can lift your hips higher, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Take a couple more deep breaths in. Keep your chin in toward your chest. One more breath. Release your hands, come up a little bit higher for one more inhale. Slowly start to lower down. If you're coming from Urdhva Dhanurasana, come down onto your crown first, and then push up. Bring the soles of your feet together, knees out wide, and bring your hands onto your heart. Remind yourself that you're still here by breathing deeply into your hands. Sigh out your mouth, exhale. Again, inhale into your hands. Sigh out your mouth, exhale. Now bring your knees together to touch. Feel free to take little bridge pose again, arms beside your body, or Urdhva Dhanurasana. Press your hands up to the ceiling. Bring your hands beside your ears, fingertips pointing back toward your shoulders. I like to widen my feet just a little bit, but not so that my knees knock out, just to create more stability. Start to lift the hips up, whichever variation you're in. Come onto the crown of your head first for Urdhva Dhanurasana. Maybe widen your hands. And as you're ready, push up. Straighten your limbs the best you can. If you're in little bridge pose, maybe interlace your hands under your back. For Urdhva Dhanurasana, try to look back toward your toes. Lift your heart in either variation. Take 3 more deep breaths. Slowly start to come down onto the crown. Release your hands if you're in little bridge pose. Everybody lowering down. This time bring your feet together. Your feet wide, knees together. And if you feel like you need a break for your hands, sit onto your hands, slide them under your bum. Otherwise, you can bring them back to your heart. A moment of recognition for all that you are in this moment. Breathe in and breathe out. An opportunity for an inversion here before our final couple of poses. You're welcome to take Viparita Karani, legs up and arms up. You can always do this at the wall as well and stay there for a while, right through the end of the class if you really want to. Roll out your ankles and wrists. If you want to go for Shirshasana A, the traditional headstand, you can, or go for Halasana, plow pose, or shoulder stand, Sarvangasana. So for plow pose, you could start in Viparita Karani, and then support your hips with your hands as you push your hips up and over, toes coming toward the mat, hands at the lower back or palms behind you, maybe interlace. Stay here in Halasana, but keep your chin in toward your chest. Or bring your hands to your back again, elbows shifting slightly more to the center as you lift your legs straight up and over your hips. Shoulder stand, Sarvangasana. Remember to keep your chin in toward your chest, don't look around. On your inhale breath for this posture, try to bring your hips toward your face. And as you exhale, toes away. And one nice thing that I like to do is to pull my bottom leg with my top heel hooked around the ankle. Couple of breaths there. And then same thing, other side. Slide that heel up the front of the foot. Pull the leg to straight. If you're in headstand, try to take about 10 more deep breaths. If you're in shoulder stand or plow pose, same thing. And for headstand, after you're done, maybe you'll come into a child pose or just a gentle seat. For shoulder stand or plow pose, we'll take our time to come down through plow pose. You can take more deep breaths if you're still there. It's really nice to bend your knees and plug your ears with your knees and wrap your hands around the back of your knees. When you're ready to come all the way down, use your hands behind you as brakes. Take your time, use control to come all the way down onto your back. Release your feet. And from here, we'll come into a wide knee twist. So take your knees as wide as you can. If you're coming down out of headstand, you're still there. Just join us when you're ready to take your time. Open up your arms in a cactus or a T shape. Take an inhale breath here, and as you exhale, drop both your knees to the right side and maybe wiggle your left foot more to the left. And keep your feet apart or put your right foot on the outside of your left thigh and pull that outer left thigh down. It's really good for your IT band. That tight feeling that you have in the outer left or your outer leg. Give that a nice stretch here. And look over your left shoulder. Breathe in and out several times here. Deep breathing. Come back to your intentions, come back to your dedication, and feel that beautiful expansion of the heart as you breathe. Courage. Leading with your heart. And slowly bring your gaze back to center. Release your top foot. Use your hands beside you to bring your knees back in alignment and maybe let them windshield wiper side to side a few times. And then let your knees drop all the way to the left side and cactus your arms or T-shape. Wiggle your right foot a little bit more to the right and then place your left ankle, if you like, on the outside of your right thigh. Turn your gaze to the right. Take a few deep breaths. Feel that stretch down the length of your right thigh and the expansion and openness of the heart here. See if you can bring your breath all the way up the spine. Staying connected to every inhale and exhale is your best chance of staying present, not missing a moment. And you'll notice that if you ever go on autopilot, you're not paying attention to what you're doing, you're probably not taking very deep breaths either. And the second you take that long inhalation, you sort of snap out of it. You're right back in the moment. Bring your gaze back through center, release that top foot. Use your hands to get your hips back in center. Again, windshield wiper side to side. You can bring your knees in toward your shoulders. Keep them wide, reach through. Grab the outer edges of your feet and press your feet up to the ceiling. Ananda Balasana, happy baby. As you press your feet down, kick your feet into your hands and push the sacrum toward the mat so there's a lengthening of the spine. Feel free to stay or rock side to side. Something I really like to play with is to bring one knee all the way down to the mat and kick my opposite foot up so high into my hand that the arm and leg straighten. And then you can rock it all the way to the other side. If it feels good to extend both legs straight, you can. If there's any last posture that you would like to do before the end of this practice, you can. These last few rounds of breath here. When you're ready, hug your knees into your chest. Make yourself super small. Wrap your forearms around your shins. Grab your opposite elbows. Take an inhale breath. Exhale, forehead to your knees. Squeeze in nice and tight. Take one more full round of breath. End with your exhale here. And then as you inhale, slowly start to release down. And fold yourself into your final resting pose, Shavasana. Let your arms and legs completely spread out and relax. Take up as much space as you like. It's amazing how we've transformed these spaces in our homes into yoga studios, yoga shalas. Never imagined it. Come back one last time to your intention, if you set one, personal and collective. Back to your dedication. And come back to the word courage. We all right now are exhibiting so much courage in the way that we're redefining our lives, what's important, how we live, what we do, who we see, how we connect. To be courageous is to live by your own convictions with integrity, aligned to your values, and to be willing to defend those who cannot speak for themselves. So take a few moments of gratitude as you enter into your Shavasana for gratitude of courage, the ability that you have to live by your own convictions with integrity and be aligned with your values and be willing to defend those who can't speak for themselves. Thank you so much for joining me in this practice this evening. We'll keep teaching throughout this week at 5:30 until Friday, which will be at 7:15. And I would hope to keep these practices going as long as we can't be together in person. And until then, I really feel the light in you through the light in me through these virtual connections, maybe even more poignantly than I did before. It's incredible the connections that people are making, and I'm really grateful that you're connecting with me. Namaste.